be your walk, a walk of trusting and believing him. Sanctify yourselves. Otherwise, how can you lead God's people? Yes, you'll make mistakes, but it's not a life of neglect. It's not a life of hypocrisy. Surrender and hold fast to him, that he'll keep you clean every day. Wake up in the morning in fellowship. Lord, keep me clean. When you're tempted, Lord, keep me clean. Sanctify yourselves, you and your brethren, that you may bring up the ark of the Lord God of Israel to the place I have prepared for it. For because you did not do it the first time, the Lord our God broke out against us, because we did not consult him about the proper order. Remember Uzzah? He tried to carry. He tried to help. You don't, God don't need your help. He needs your surrender. When he tried to help, his very name, Uzzah, means strength. Tried to put his own strength into it. No, surrender. Surrender unto God. Because they didn't do it the first time, God broke out against them. It says, so the priests and the Levites sanctified themselves to bring up the ark of the Lord God of Israel. And the children of the Levites bore the ark of God on their shoulders by its poles, as Moses had commanded according to the word of the Lord. Then David spoke to the leaders of the Levites to appoint their brethren to be the singers, accompanied by instruments of music. You notice they appointed the singers. Not, hey, would you like to sing? No. You know how many people God has had me call and say, come up, sing, serve the Lord. And you know, the ones that have obeyed, when I called them, they've been blessed. Many of them I had to beat them and kick them a few times, but they finally obeyed. And then others had missed their calling. What a shame. Many are called, few are chosen. Appoint their brethren to be singers, accompanied by instruments of music, stringed instruments, harps, and cymbals, by raising the voice, their voice, with resounding joy. Here he's talking about the temple of David, how he set it up. It was a 24-hour worship. It was a 24-hour praise, a continuous worship coming from their hearts, a continuous worship being magnified unto the Lord, a continuous life of worship. And I tell you, that will come when you're broken and when you're very needy. It won't come before that. 1 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 29, and it happened as the ark of the covenant of the Lord came to the city of David, that Michal, Saul's daughter, looked through a window and saw King David whirling and playing music, and she despised him in her heart. There's a place where you don't care what anybody has to say. David sang unashamedly. He sang and worshiped unashamedly. You don't care what anybody has to say. I don't care what anybody has to say. I'll worship the Lord, and I will not be ashamed. I'll worship him in front of all his people. I am not ashamed. In chapter 16, verse 37, it says, so David, he left Asaph and his brothers there before the ark of the covenant of the Lord to minister before the ark regularly, as every day's work required. They had regular worship maintained as a symbol, as a type, as a shadow of our life. Instead of watching that TV program, instead of listening to the radio, which frankly a lot of Christian radio is nothing but background music in the car, get you some good worship. Instead of talking on the phone all the time, put on some worship. Get in the presence of God. The more you do it, the more you'll want it.